everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Good afternoon. I'm trying to do a dual camera thing here because you might get a feedback on the voice. Maybe what I'll do is put this phone on mute. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let me turn the volume up on this one now. Oh, I don't know if the volume's up there. Can you all hear me? Are we doing good? You can hear me at least? Hi. So I have done some prioritizing, I guess you could say. I've had some things change in my life, and the things that I've manifested, which are phenomenal. Healing is what I've manifested. So yeah, which is beautiful, right? So I kind of want to come on and talk to you guys today about what lights you up. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What is it? What is it that really lights you up? What's the first thing that gets you out of bed in the morning? I'd like to know. Go ahead and add in the chat. What lights you up? I think you might be seeing green shots on the screen, if that's the case. I'm actually going to come back on because I think I'm having issues with the tablet right now. I'm going to start up a new live stream. Well, look at that. And here you are. Here's my face today. Oh, happy birthday. Mine was yesterday and I had such an amazing day. Oh my goodness. I'm so blessed to have like love around me, the love that I do have. It's amazing. So I'm coming on here to ask you guys, unknown universe. Isn't that beautiful? The thing is, I think we already are part of the more unknown universe. Today is actually your birthday. That's beautiful. Hello from England. Wow. Hello from Alberta, Canada. So I wasn't really going to pull cards so much today, but have you guys come into manifesting something that you've wanted for quite some time, even if it didn't necessarily look the way you wanted it to look? I want to ask you that because seems I've done that. Seems. I think there's some of you who even are married that perhaps may have manifested hello from Trinidad. Manifested a new start in some sort of way, an emotional new start. There's, even if you're in a relationship, there's like a new type of connection, or you've had some, I've myself have had some sort of awakening that allows myself to be free from the chains that in some way used to bind me. It's absolutely phenomenal, the change of perspective I had. Well, it's just phenomenal. I used to go through life to a certain extent chained to my, oh, look at that, no word of a lie. The card that came out, which is what I named this video, is priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. And that's actually what's happened, hands down for me. I'm trying to explain the situation without getting too personal. Yeah. So anyway, when I came and moved into this beautiful apartment that I have here, I will show you. It's just absolute. There's my piano I play, see? And look at the big windows. They're so big and so beautiful. And in doing so, part of me aligned with a desire to make another person in my world pleased and comfortable and happy, because it brought me joy to do so, even though that person and I weren't talking, because it's like I was in preparation for the what if. I don't know if on the channel you remember me asking you guys, what if we sat there and prioritizedly, managed our manifestation. So if we decided that's what we wanted, even if it didn't come to us and how it looked like, or the person we wanted, or whichever, and we manifested the beauty, it's like taking your bed from a side wall to the middle of the room. No, I'm not doing mini reads today. The side room, you moved it to the center so it made room, getting rid of closet space and stuff so another person would have a spot to hang their things, getting a home prepared so that they would feel comfortable. Even if in relationship, if it's your priority to manifest the happiness in your relationship, what is it you're willing to do in order to manifest that? Because sometimes it takes one simple change in perception to change the trajectory that you feel your relationship may be on. Now, in my last relationship, I took as them asking me to come and be with them. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Visualization definitely works. I was going to say that the relationship I was last in, I was asked to come and be there, but the energy I felt was toxic. I didn't know how to be there. My soul was at war with what everything that was going on. And I even, in fact, blamed the person that was there for asking me to be there. Because, like, why would they ask me to be in a toxic environment? Now, if we sit there and we take a mirror and we do some self-reflection work, as I have done recently, I started to ask myself, whose energy is the actual toxic energy? Is the energy of not going somewhere because you'll feel caged toxic? Or is the energy as a light worker not going somewhere because I can't be in that toxic energy? I'm a light worker, and magically the divine has manifested this all of a sudden back in your life. Magically. No, it's all by intention, but it's manifested back in your life. I started to realize, I'm gonna get very personal with you guys. When I was a child, I was sexually abused by my father from the time I was 4 to the time I was 18 years old. And I felt caged by anything wanting to own me or have me or ask me to be a certain way for their comfort. Okay. Now, in the last relationship, I was asked to keep quiet because it would cause issues in that person's comfort. And I started to realize that the energy that was within me, that energy of there's no way I will do anything for anyone's comfort and not stand up for myself. I will not be the sacrificial lamb anymore. I won't do it. And in stepping out of that energy, I didn't come to realization until a couple of days ago that I actually was still in that energy, whether I left that place or not. Because when someone asks me to come there and be with them in relationship, to move or even just to stay there, this was before the whole pandemic thing, because that was all coming down, and you feel caged. I had to sit there and look at what in my past has made me feel caged. And I started to realize that that person wasn't asking me to feel caged. That person was actually asking me to be present. Now, there's a huge difference between someone asking you to be present with them in their life and to help them manage what they're going through, which is an absolute normal thing for anyone that should be in or could be in a relationship or a circumstance or any situation. It's absolutely normal for a spouse to ask, could we be together? Could you come be with me? I know it's a lot going on here, but I feel together we'd make an amazing team. It's so different. And those words didn't come out of that person's mouth, my guy's mouth, but in some way I put a block and a wall up and said, no, I will not. It's a toxic environment. I will not go there. But what I didn't realize is that my energy that was within me because of what I've been through, laying on my back, being the sacrificial lamb for my family, because one of the things my father said was that if you ever tell anybody that, you'll lose your family, your mom won't be able to support you, you'll end up in foster care and go through, he used fear and manipulation to control me so that I was a sacrificial lamb for the situation. So when someone asks me to come be there and I'm not able to stand in my power while I'm being there, that's a toxic environment. But that toxic environment existed in here. It existed in here first. And I just realized this a couple of days ago. So in realizing that, I realized that, oh my God, he wasn't asking me to be caged. He was asking me to be present. And as a light worker, the divine will take you into toxic situations to help heal them and take you into toxic situations. Let's not forget to heal you. Because if I had gone there and I had been in that toxic pain because that toxicity was already in me, had I had gone there, then I would still at this point be toxic within. And having this understanding, the difference between someone asking you to be present and someone asking you to be caged, in having this understanding, I was totally set free. I was totally set free to make whatever choice I want to make, to be whoever it is I want to be. And being able to find the power from within myself to go ahead and do this. I have found my freedom because I got rid of the toxicity in me. And the beautiful thing is literally as soon as that happened, this man came right back into my path. Like literally, as soon as I had that awakening and that toxicity ran from me, he was there, just like that, poof, just like that. And I was just like, wow, like a wow, I can't even wow enough. I can't even wow enough, because as soon as my perception changed, it was all brought back in. This is what I'm talking about, where the divine gives you infinite chances to be the best version of you. Even if you feel you've missed out on something and you grieve it and you do all of these things, the divine gives you infinite chances to be you. And to come into a new understanding and a new love for self, which when you come into a new love for self, you automatically come into a new love for others. So I learned also about what priorities are, what gets me out of bed in the morning, what makes me happy, what is it? Now, a business doesn't necessarily make someone happy, nor does necessarily a person, but personal growth in some sort of way for me, I am telling you, oh my God, it lights my soul up. It lights me up and empowers me so much to let go of the chains that have bonded me. So I spent time with this gentleman that I was with previously, and I told him about what I'd learned. And he sat there and started crying. And I said to him, why the tears? He said, because in him, he feels now set free. See, we were both trying to get each other. He was trying to get me there, and I was trying to get him out of there, instead of meeting 100%, putting 100% into the us that was there. So you see, in my clearing my energy and then being the light worker I am, I share it with him. And what happens with him? All of a sudden, there's a new massive freedom because he doesn't have to try and get me there because my heart's already there. And I don't have to try and get him here because his heart's already here, you see. So the two coming together in total understanding. This is what I believe has been happening in the Virgo readings, especially with the King and Queen of Pentacles coming together, but it's through knowledge and understanding. Knowledge and understanding. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't even thank God, Spirit, the divine, whoever enough for helping me see, finally, helping me alleviate that pain that's been in my soul. It's been so painful to break my heart time after time after time and not know why I can't step into the beauty that is being presented to me. It's been so hurtful and so painful. So being able to be set free was amazing, because in the divine using me to be set free first, it helps set someone else free. It helps set him free. So, I'm talking about manifesting with priorities and all this sort of stuff. So when I came into this apartment, I looked for windows that are tall and light, so it was really light and felt open, and a very comfortable place for someone to feel free, because that gentleman has issues. So you see, even as I'm not with him, I'm manifesting what is beautiful, so that if and when that time does come, even if it's not him but the next person, that they feel open and beautiful and free and comfortable. And just I came to a new understanding of what free was and what comfort was, and how to pick a space that resonated with your soul on such a deep level. And how it resonated with my soul was because there was a love that was already there that I wanted to meet in some sort of way. Even though I couldn't meet that person where they were at the time, at least I was meeting where they're at even when I wasn't with them. You see, so this is what I'm talking about, manifesting the beauty and the pureness of your heart space. And it's just like, man, in doing that, I had him over, and in doing that, it was like, he was like, wow, this space. I said, I know, right? It's got a big kitchen. It's got beautiful windows and really nice little deck. And I just, I asked him, I said, do you think you could feel comfortable spending time here? He smiled, and he got up off the kitchen thing, and he went and sat down, and he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, wow, you see what I manifested? I manifested by a desire of love and intention, regardless of who it was for. I manifested that beauty coming back. I manifested a beautiful space to be in that's comfortable for us both. And in the process of doing so, the divine ended up healing a part of my soul. So I want you guys to really keep in mind that when someone asks you to be present, or asks you to be with them, or asks you to go through something with them, that you actually understand they're not trying to cage you. They're not trying to this or that. They're actually just asking you to be present. And perhaps as being a light worker, I've worked very hard at staying out of toxic environments to protect my energy. But I truly believe now in hindsight that whole situation, and still is that whole situation, is possibly my greatest light working venture as of yet, because I can sit here on a channel and talk to whoever I want to talk to. But unless I take all of this what I've learned here and everything else, and take it out into my community, or take it out into the world around me, take it out so it benefits my life in personal relationship, then am I really doing the work? Because we can sit here and read cards all day if we want to. We can sit here and think all day of what we want to and share it with thousands and thousands of people. Thousands of people. We can do that. But unless you take that work and put it out, what's right in front of you out in the 3D world, then how much of a light worker are you? Can you change your existence here in the 3D by the beauty that the divine is trying to teach you? Can you do that? So I guess my main question is, again, what lights you up? What gets you out of bed? What is it that gets you out of bed? Because whatever it is that gets you out of bed and gets your mind going, do that. And it's different for me all the time. Sometimes it's watching Abraham Hicks videos. Now lately it's watching Tony Robbins videos. Sometimes it's watching Wayne Dyer videos. Sometimes it's pulling up a tarot reader and listening to what they do, which actually I'm starting to have a little bit of negative energy towards. Isn't that interesting? So what gets you out of bed? What lights you up? Choose to do that first. And I can tell you, if you have a business and you aren't serving people in some sort of way that helps you grow, that helps them grow, then you are not going to have satisfaction in that business for long. We're talking about personal growth, soul satisfaction. What is it? If you have anything in your life, it's because it's dying, it's not growing. So how do you grow you? How do you grow yourself? Take it to your children. Maybe it's a video. Do you know there's a little movie that came out? It's called Pets United. I guess it's on Netflix. I sat down with some friends and we watched that last week. And I sat there and I was like, wow, the amount of spiritual growth and how they're talking in that video about what's going on in the world right now and our 3D experience. They're teaching children through a movie. And I sat there and I was like, wow, it's amazing. That's just amazing, because it was so on point. And so I sit there and I said to my gentleman, all these videos, yeah, right? All these videos that I've been watching of Tony Robbins and all these relationship experts, I said, I want a relationship that will grow, not die. I want a relationship that we are continually learning, willing to put in the effort to grow together and to become just raising our vibration together. That's what I want. I want to create something really beautiful. And you know what he said to me? He said, I'll watch those videos with you. I want to grow too. He says, I don't want to stay stagnant. I was blown away. I was just blown away because that's not what I'd heard previously. So you see, while you're away in your part of the world doing your work for you, don't underestimate the work the divine is doing in their world as well, you see. My hair is absolute mess today. It's like frizzy everywhere. So that's what I came on here to talk to you guys about today. I got to a place in the new understanding about what gets you out of bed and how to fix anything that you feel stagnant. And I would go and listen to Tony Robbins videos if I were all y'all, because damn was I enlightened. Damn was I enlightened. No, it's not just your imagination. It's not negative energy. It's their readings, and it's almost like some of it just isn't resonating. It's not resonating on a deep spiritual level. Part of the reason it's not is because everybody's due for an upgrade, an upshift, an upload from source of remembering who they are. This soul remembering, I did a video on the channel about soul remembering, and that's exactly what happened. I did that video a day before I came into this awakening. So in some way, the divine was telling me that there was going to be a soul remembering of who I am and the power that I hold within to create beauty for myself. And it's not even a massive perception change that needs to happen. It's not even a massive perception change. It's just small. It's something small. Yeah, that's very true. You can. I think too, though, the problem is that we sit there and go, well, we don't know if it's for us. We don't know if it's a for sure thing. We don't know if it's this. We don't know if it's that. So in a certain extent, it gives false hope. It gives false hope, especially I'd say if you're near a soul remembering upload coming into your life, because you sit there and you listen to it and it's like, well, it makes sense, but you know your spirit knows, your soul knows that there's more to it than what's being said through the cards. There's more to it. And yeah, you see, I'm pulling this card. This is activation. I don't know if this is backwards for y'all or not. It's backwards for me on the camera. But it says peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. But in order to have that calmness to your soul, in order to have that peace within your mind and that calmness in your soul, you've got to do the inner work. You've got to allow spirit to upload the pieces of you that have been lost. And it takes vision. So what are you willing to create? What are you willing to do at all costs? When you do something that actually gets you out of bed each morning, where you wake up and go, oh, I gotta get up because I gotta do this thing. It gets you excited. That's when you can start creating a vision for your life forward. So I don't care what it is that gets you excited, that lights your fire, that gets you out of bed in the morning. That's what you should be doing. I don't care what it is. You know, for the longest time, it was for me to get out of bed and go for a walk with the dog or whichever, you know, and it brought me a huge sense of peace and calm, which is, you know, what I've been doing as well. But lately, it's getting up with a purpose of, what can I create today? What can I create? Even if it's repotting a plant, even if it's doing a painting, maybe it's going online and doing extra business stuff, which I love doing, but I've had a mental block where that's concerned. And I can see why that is, because I didn't necessarily have reason enough to go and do it. So what are your reasons? Well, I'd like to make more money for my kids so I can help them, so I can this, so I can that. Well, now I have somebody that I really want to help. And when that purpose, that drive comes along within you, and it's based out of pure love and pure, like spirit pulling you forward in order to create a better thing so that you can provide more, so you can be more, so you can experience more, so you can teach more. You know, what are the reasons that you choose, or the reasons that we put on the results of something we're going to create? What are the reasons for doing it in the first place? That's what's going to light you up, my friends, finding what that reason is. And when you find a reason strong enough, you're going to do it. When I started this channel, it was due to helping people. I just wanted to help people. And I thought, you know, tarot's my way to do that. I don't know, I'm going to sit here and talk to people about whatever all day long. Like, who's going to watch that crap, you know? So I used tarot to do it. And then I got to teach you guys and say a lot of the personal growth stuff I've learned. But I started to decide that I'm going to come online more often just as me and just share with you the things the uploading things that are coming, not necessarily doing a whole reading, because I believe that a person sitting here now, I believe that a person sitting here talking and sharing their experiences with you can help you just as much as, if not more, than tarot can. Because there's one certainty in life, and that's the certainty of what we've already been through and has brought us where we are. That's where you'll find your certainty. Now, I think we all need certainty in life, and we all need a touch of uncertainty in life just to make things fun, because we love the challenge. We love the beauty of creation. And where is the fun? You know, if we don't have uncertainty, then we feel bored, right? And if we don't have certainty, then we feel afraid. So there's a beautiful balance of each. And as Tony Robbins says, it's like God really has a sense of humor that way, you see. Right? God really has a sense of humor that way. So in finding that, you know, we have that whole thing of what we want to do and what we want to create. But when you find reason enough to go and do it, wouldn't it be fantastic to create that energy daily, to have reason enough to step into that beauty daily and not have to have a person come into your life, or it's for your kids, or it's for whatever. How about this? How about I do it because I love what's next? I love what's next, and I will always search for what's next. What's next in my creativity? What's next in my spiritual passions? I will always search for what's next. Maybe that's why you do what you do. Maybe. There's a huge advantage in honoring that too. Huge advantage in honoring that. So it's really important as we move forward. Oh, here's that card again. Priorities. Get your priorities straight. Okay? You want to create, you want to manifest. It's not about always fanciful thinking. It's not about all of those things that are going to take you to from zero to hero instantly. I'm telling you, I was in a place in my life where getting out of bed was an absolute fight for me. In fact, I told myself that if I could get out of bed today and I could have a shower, then I had mastered my day on a level that I couldn't even imagine. That's the kind of pain and depression that I was in at a time in my life. And now I don't even have that issue. I don't have those issues of those things now. But the thing is, what gets me out of bed still? Everybody needs a reason to get out of bed, plain and simple. Maybe you got to get bored enough to finally get out of bed. I don't know. It's what it is for you as you move forward. See, the purpose for what you do that I say lights you up is all to do with joy. What's going to make you feel good? Ego. Absolutely. And we need ego to survive. What's going to make you feel productive? What's going to make you feel like you have some sort of handle on the world and getting out of bed and moving forward in your day? What's going to make you feel that way? What is it? If you don't know, I highly suggest that you start listening to personal growth videos on YouTube instead of watching tarot. I'm not saying tarot is bad. I'm not saying tarot readings are bad at all. I'm not. But when you sit there and watch them constantly, how do you grow? How do you grow? There's not enough, I believe, in 20 tarot readings, 20 videos that you could watch online. There is not enough that can teach you how to move forward and step up in your life. They can tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. But unless someone gives you point form of how to do from A to Z, how are you going to do it? We can sit there and say lose resistance. We can sit there and say this is how you lose resistance and step into the process of allowing. Well, when do we step into the process of creating by our own volition, by our own power? When does that happen? When does that happen? Because when you create out of your own volition and the own power that is within your soul, that's when real change happens. That's when that one step forward happens. That's when I talked about taking that stone, that step that's fear, and stepping on it, stepping into the front lines of your life, even if it is just darn well getting out of bed first thing in the morning. Hi, Kiki. Hi, ML. Hi, Sylvia. You know, so this whole thing about joy is about what lights you up. And it's about why you do what you do. Am I doing it for money, or am I doing it for fun? Am I doing it for something to do? Am I doing it for something to do? What is it? What are you doing it for? Ask yourself the why. And when you figure out the reason that you're headed in the direction you're headed, I'm telling you, you are going to have a massive shift of personal growth. For me, the reason I'm headed and the reason I'm headed where I'm going is because I love growth. I love growing. I love the feeling I get when I learn that new thing that connects the dots. Are we all playing connect the dots in our life or what? I love it when that understanding comes that helps connect a dot from here to here. I love it. I feel empowered. My soul just rejoices, absolutely rejoices in it. And I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's totally it. You know? And then what happens? Action. Why? Because you can't stop yourself from having that action. Although I suppose you can, because even if you feel that joy, come up, even if you feel that joy come up and you're like, yes, that's it. I'm going to do it. And you lay in bed and you're like, oh. And your brain gets in the way, but I'm tired. Oh, but I'm this. Oh, but I'm that. Oh, but I don't know what to do next. That's when you do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. I'm on it. No questions asked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Damn, I am out of bed. You don't give your mind time to stop you from that movement forward. That, my friends, in and of itself is huge, huge, massive personal growth. Personal growth by being able to get yourself to move and not let your mind get in your way. Huge, massive personal growth. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. So if you can't bring a spirit of fun to all that you do, how about we bring a spirit of creativity to all that we do? If that's what lights you up. If you can't bring joy or creativity to all that you do, how about, thank you so much, how about you bring a state of growth to everything you do? Everything I touch, every person I touch, I am going to go and I am going to bring growth in some sort of way. I don't care if it's something wise I say. I don't care if it's letting them know that they're loved. I don't care what it is. I'm going to bring growth. I'm going to bring growth. Damn, why? Because when I get up out of bed, that shit lights me up. You've got to do what lights you up. I'm not talking about the type of business. I'm not talking about whatever. I'm talking about your soul. What lights your soul up, my friends? Do that. Do that. And I will preach this shit till the day is long. When you do that and you do what lights your soul up, my friends, that's practicing true empathy. Why? Because you're practicing it for self first. People say to me, I had someone say to me yesterday, nothing ever that you do will ever surprise me. And I said, I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing. Why don't you fill me in? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, they said it's just fact. It's like you just do. You just whew, and you do it. And like, it shocks me because I just sit there and I think, I don't think you'll ever do that. I don't think you'll do this. I don't think you'll do that. And then bam, all of a sudden it's like you do, but you're doing it in a loving way that's powerful and beneficial to others, even if it means cutting somebody off, even if it means that, in order for your own soul to grow. I suggest that if you guys haven't watched that soul remembering video, that you do. I don't know if I'm going to spend a lot of time on this channel doing tarot readings weekly and all that sort of stuff. I might do them monthly, but I think what I'm going to do more so is come and talk to you guys about your own personal growth and how you can change your life simply by doing what lights you up. And if you don't know what lights you up, I really want you to sit there and get into some contemplation, even if it makes you sad. I don't give 5 shits to the wind. If it makes you sad, you sit there in contemplation and ask yourself, okay, I'm in this sad state. Tell me what's going to light me up further. I can stay in this sad state, or I can go. What is it? What? Why? Who? Where? When is going to light me up? What? Doesn't matter. Who? It's you. Why? Well, I was going to use my middle finger, but I can't do that online. That's funny. Why? That's up to you to figure out too. The when? Now, right now, don't wait. You want a business? Create the damn business. I don't know how to create the business. That's good. Take a pebble, throw it in the river and watch the ripple effect that happens. I don't care what it is you start. Just do it. Just do it. And step on that stone of fear and hop into the front lines of your life. And I'm telling you, you will create a joy that you have never, ever experienced. Empathy, you feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Can you bring love to everything it is that you do? Can you? Just like for me, the last 6 months, I was getting an apartment and all this stuff in service to the love I desired. No matter who it was that came into my life. And then bam, the love I actually truly desired is here. But why? Why is the love I desired here? Because I had a soul awakening that told me that what was causing the issue in the relationship was not what was toxic anywhere else, but what was toxic in me. So when you get in a situation and you look at something as toxic, I am telling you right now that that situation will reveal something in you also that's toxic in the same way. Okay, that's very important to remember. Release. Next card is release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. Isn't that what I just said? That change within you, understanding that you don't have to be caged when someone's asking you to do something or whichever, that it's about you being present, which is not an unreal expectation from a person that you're supposed to be in relationship with. That's so important, to release the things that are holding you back, to release the chains that bind you. And it's not going to happen all at once. But as you start watching the personal growth videos instead of tarot, as you start watching all of these things instead of tarot, you're going to start to find useful ways to take your steps forward. And in doing so, it's going to create new growth for you. Why? Because no word of a lie. The next card out's cause and effect. You see, you are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. This is exactly what I've been talking about. Exactly. That 1% change in perception to something that you view as toxic can actually cure the toxicity that's in you yourself, which is cause and effect, my friends. You know that love brings a lot of effect in your life. You know it does, but unless you have an awakening to where you're being held back, where love is concerned, then I don't know that it will change until that awakening happens. And that word is really starting to bug me too, because I believe that here on the planet, as we're all sitting here listening to videos and whatever, I believe we're awakened. That's why I started saying it's like an upload of soul memory. All of the things that have happened to your soul when you were born into this dimension, all the things that have happened to your soul. You know, you have forgotten who you are. I understand they call that awakening, but I believe that that's all in your soul. That's why we have such fight within us between soul remembering and what we're remembering right now. The pain and the distance from what we're supposed to be and who we truly are and our emotions to what we are now and how we remember our life. So who were we when we were born here? Well, we sure as hell weren't someone who was caged. We sure as hell weren't someone who was under their father by choice by being sacrificial lamb to the family for 18 years of their life. We're sure as hell not somebody who sat here now who is 51 and just had a birthday that's just finally, after all this damn time, realized it. You see, yeah, we are that person. But the thing is, our soul remembers us differently. And that's what calls you. That's why we have the resistance, you see. When your soul is calling you and you have resistance, it's because of cause and effect. My birthday was yesterday. Loyalty. Are you going to be loyal to yourself? Are you going to be loyal to your growth? I'm telling you, this is a big motherfucking deal. Pardon the language, but I'm just saying. Loyalty. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. So, loyalty to your personal growth? Loyalty to your personal growth instead of loyalty to others? I'm asking a question here because can you have understanding that your loyalty to others actually is about your personal growth? That's a good question. Very good question. A lot of times it is, especially if you sit there and feel like you're in a toxic environment. Creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Oh, hell to the yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. That's why I do this business, this work, because I want to help people be enlightened. I want to help people have ways to be creative about bringing that new into their life. I want to help you find what lights your fire, what lights up your soul. But I'm telling you, this is such important work that we all need to do for ourselves. Detachment. You are releasing old patterns. No shit. You're releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer served your highest ideals of love. I did that. I just released that pattern and bam, smack into my life. The beauty comes back. It's like I had to hold back and put myself in a dark night of the soul in order to bring forward an upload of knowing from my soul as to who I am and what I am. in order to have detachment and understanding in my own life, to detach from my own toxic chains, therefore unattaching from others' toxicity. You see, when you unattach from your toxicity, yourself, and what you've been toxically putting out into the world without even knowing it, when you unattach from that, all of a sudden, all the other people, and you learn and you get that upload, all the other people that have had this toxicity that you have called toxic, you are so going to look at in a different light. You are so going to look at them in a different light because you see a mirror reflection of your own toxicity. So now you can show that person love and compassion because you understand the toxicity, because you were there too. You were there too. You see. It's powerful. It's so powerful, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful, right? That's what I say. That's brilliant shit. It's brilliant shit, man. Cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. So we sit here and call people toxic. We call situations toxic. We this, we that, we that, we this. But the thing is it has value. Absolutely. Perhaps somebody was asking you to be in a situation that you couldn't necessarily be in because you had that distance between what your soul thought and what you thought about the circumstance, whether it's toxicity or whatever it is for you. You had that feeling and that whole energy, and so you couldn't step into it. You couldn't step into it with the energy of love. You couldn't. There couldn't be any cooperation. Why? Because we were dealing with cause and effect in toxic behavior. Toxic behavior within you. When someone you view as toxic, this behavior is toxic, is because they're mirroring toxicity in you. Hands down, every time. Hands down, every frickin' time. So how can we cooperate? In the quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. The divine's not asking you to fix everybody. My God, the divine is asking you to fix you. And in fixing you, that's when you have the ability to help others fix themselves. That's what they talk about in the tarot readings about becoming the wise sage. But how many of them sit there and say, you know what? I fucked up 6 months ago. How many sit there and say, I fucked up 6 months ago? I feel like I totally fucked up. But then now in hindsight, I sit here and go, damn, all of this needed to happen so my little girl in me could be healed. So I could come to new understanding. And so that I could love more freely. If this had not happened, therefore I would not be. You cannot have hindsight until you take that leap of faith forward. You've got to be able to take that leap of faith forward and look back. You know. Yes, a false shine on toxic. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a brilliant way to put it. We all say that it's toxic, it's bad. Oh, our light worker energy, we must protect ourselves from this. We must protect our energy. Well, maybe in taking that time to protect your energy, there will be some self-reflection, and you maybe will have the time to have a upload in spirit so that you can go and look at that toxicity is actually beautiful, and now you know how to go and heal that toxicity within others. You see. Yeah. So the gentleman I was talking to, when I told him about this, he was like blown away, because you know what? He didn't even look at it like that. His circumstance and situation. So you see, he is now set on a path of new individuality. Each step forward is going to change for him. Each step forward is going to change for him. Why? Because I stepped away, had a massive fucking temper tantrum, and forced myself to go, no, I'm not doing that. Little girl in me, you see, when my daddy was on top of me, little girl in me, right? Mm-hmm. I am not doing that. I will not sacrifice myself for anybody else. The divine wasn't asking me for sacrifice. The divine was asking me to see the toxicity that was in my own being, that my thoughts of this life were attaching to the beautiful soul that I am, that are not mine to take forward. You are allowed to be loved. You are allowed to step into toxicity. You are allowed to step into the beauty that is you. But you cannot do that until you remember who you are. You cannot do that. And I promise you, every day, every time, and remembering who you are every day, every time, you will start to realize how all along the universe has had your back every moment of every day at every time. You see, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that powerful? So these are the videos, and I hope you all like it, that you're going to get from me more. Because why? This is what lights my fire, man. I love this shit. I love it. Damn. Just saying. Responsibility. You see, so once you have a responsibility to yourself and you've learned, then you have that responsibility to help others in a loving way. It's about being powerful in a loving way that benefits yourself as well as others. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. You see, coming into new awareness of that, about the amount of love you express, about your thoughts, you have to take responsibility for them. That's why I simply sat there last night and said, you know what? I'd like to say I fucked up to your face. I'd like to say that. But I honestly don't know that it was a fuck up, because I don't know if my learning and growth would have happened had I not turned you away, had I not stepped away. So having this new understanding within me that is, I can't even explain it. And when I grow spiritually, when I have an upload of epic proportions due to my childhood, not anything that's happened since then, but due to my childhood, man, I'm telling you, the power that flows through and within is just, there's just no words. Yeah, right. But do we have to stay in that? No. And I believe at the perfect time, the divine will bring that upload in you. But if you can have those understandings and have someone who's been through a shitty childhood sit here and pull love cards, love activation cards, instead of sitting here telling you what your damn future is all the time. You see, if you can have that from somebody online, that's what I want to do. I want to help people grow. Yeah, we can, right? And we beat ourselves up in the process. And the divine comes along and gives you an upload and says, hey, no. Let's remember who you are. In helping you see what your energies are that are toxic, they help you bring back you to your soul remembering of the beautiful soul that you were born here as, you see. That soul's not gone anywhere. Life has just fucking happened. And we've taken what life has happened and thrown it on the beautiful soul that we are. So how could we release that toxicity? Friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. You know, sometimes, yeah, I get that. I'm like, you are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. So, I have nothing in common with this person. I have nothing in common with them. Maybe they're a farmer and I'm a YouTube creator. Maybe they're a scientist and I'm a spiritual person. I refuse to believe in science, even though science is actually right now proving spirituality. Oh, darn, that makes our life rough, right? Just see what I'm saying? So there's so many things that we would sit there and say no to, but are absolutely meant to be for us. And the divine brings it up as a huge opportunity. And then people say, well, I've not seen that opportunity come my way yet. I've not seen that opportunity happen for me in the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, here's a thought. Maybe the opportunity that you just said no to because you said it was toxic, maybe that's the opportunity that was meant for you. Maybe that opportunity is meant for you to cure the toxic shit that's in your soul, that's in your part of your life and shit. Maybe that's what that's about. So when you say no to that beautiful opportunity, you're saying no to your own growth. Anything I want in from this point forward, whoever watching this video, I don't care where you live, I don't care what you do. When you sit there and go, I'm out of this energy, that's toxic, I want you to Pretend you're standing in front of a mirror and look at yourself and say, I want out of this toxic energy. Because I'm telling you, when you look at yourself and say it, my friends, you're going to see that toxicity that's within you. And if you can't see the toxicity within you after doing that, then I would simply pray, ask Spirit to show you where the toxicity is that's in you. And pray for that soul upload to come to you, because your soul knows. I did a Virgo reading recently that said the main card was your soul name. The main card in the spread was soul name. And it was about, what was your name? You chose it before you came here. What was your name? What was it? My name for me, I feel that I'm choosing now might be a completely different name. But what I'm choosing for my name now, well, it's kind of the name of my channel. It's GuidingHalo. You know, I get such power and beauty and wonder out of helping others grow and taking what I've learned about my life and my spiritual growth here to you. But it's not coming through tarot so much anymore, you see. So we'll see what happens there. Unity. Ah, yes, unity. This is beautiful. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. Ripple effect across the universe. You see, this is what we talk about, raising the conscious vibration of the whole world. When someone has an upload like this and they can take it to everybody they know who's been in childhood abuse and all this sort of stuff, when you have this kind of upload, do you know how many people in this world, I'd say 1 out of 5 people have been sexually abused by somebody? If not sexually, spiritual. There's spiritual abuse too, you know, using your religion or whatever. And then you end up a sacrificial lamb. So you end up doing this sacrifice shit your whole damn life. And I'm not understanding that you don't need to sacrifice. You don't need to sacrifice who you are. You need to stand in the love of who you are, but you cannot stand in the love of who you are until you have a soul remembering, my friend. Till you remember who you are and what you were brought here to be. And anything that happened in your childhood does not make you who you are. You are allowed to have happiness in spite of the shit that's happened in the past. I promise you, you are allowed to. When someone comes to you with an offer and you go, I'm not doing that, that's toxic shit. I'd like you to say, you know what? I'm allowed to have this. And then say, what's the perception change I need to have here? That is a very brilliant idea. Oh, I love that. I love that. Soul remembering. Meditation. Everybody else in the room, how you feel about that? We should do a soul meditation together as to bring our souls upward and upload into our spirit. It's like the meditation will show that we're open to it. And the more open you show spirit you are to it, the more it will come. Awesome. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do now. I am having a new grandbaby soon. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I was hoping it would come on my birthday, but anyway, it didn't. But anyway, I'm so excited. So I'm not sure when I'll be able to be free for that. If the baby doesn't come tonight, then maybe we could do it tomorrow because I'm available tomorrow. Yeah, that would work. Let's maybe do that. Hey, tomorrow, does this time work for all y'all tomorrow? Same time, same place, with a smile on your face? And then I can show you things that I do to help me meditate, you know, and to do that sort of thing. What time is it now here? Oh, I don't even know what time it is. It's 1:47, so that'll be at 1 o'clock tomorrow. 1 o'clock tomorrow, we will be here to do a soul remembering meditation for the divine to bring uploads to us. I love that. Oh, yes. That'll bring me immense satisfaction. You see what I'm talking about? Do what gets you out of bed. You see what lights your fire? What makes you excited? Do that. Do what gets you out of bed. Satisfaction. This will bring me immense satisfaction. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. Well, I don't know, Kiki, it's whatever was an hour ago from now, because it's 1 hour. So we will do it for just 1 hour prior to now. Thank you. Happy birthday. So you don't let anybody, no more depend or rely on who you are. Pacific time, that would be 1 o'clock Pacific time. And no, that's, let me see, 12 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Mountain time, and then you can go from there. So Pacific time at 12 o'clock. So if you all can look at Pacific time at 12 o'clock, what time that is in your time zone, that's when we'll be here. Okay? Noon Pacific. There you go. All right. Awesome. We'll be here. So that'll bring me great satisfaction because why? It'll bring us together in unity, which causes friendliness, which shows the responsibility that we have to our soul, cooperating together to create detachment from the toxicity in a really beautiful, creative way. Because why? We have loyalty to ourselves. It's necessary. This is great. It's going to cause massive cause and effect. Help us release all this shit. Take us into further empathy for ourselves. See how that card wanted to hide? See that? See that? Empathy? Yeah, it wanted to hide, didn't it? It'll bring it forward and show how empathic we are, which will bring further joy, help us focus on our priorities, and create vision for our life in an incredibly peaceful way. How beautiful is that? All the cards I just pulled, every single one. You see, it can be that fast or it can be that slow. It's all how you choose it to be moving forward. Beautiful. One last heart activation card from the Power of Love Activation by James Van Proctor. I love this deck. I'm just saying. Oh, look at that. Virtue. Now, what is virtue? Anyone know what virtue is? You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. I feel like I've stepped into a new energy of virtue. Because for me, virtue is about growth. It's about personal growth. It's about who you put yourself out forward on the planet to be every day. It's what gets you out of bed. It's what gets me out of bed. Just saying. Yeah. You see? Virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. I'm so glad you're here, Kiki. It's totally random. I just decided to do it, but so not random, as you say. So not random. So tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific time. Thank you so much for who gave donation. If you would like to give further donation, there is a link down below. I really appreciate that immensely. It helps me more than I can say. You're so welcome. Yeah, so tomorrow at noon Pacific time, so that's 1 my time. So I will be here or be square, and bring your friends. Tell them about it. You know, if anyone's out there that would like to learn, like to grow, like to feel a new way of being, bring your friends. Yeah, do it. I love you guys. Please go ahead and hit the like button if you've not yet as well. That helps the videos get out there further. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Much love to you, much gratitude, care, and so much virtue. So much virtue. I can't wait to have more chats like this. I love you guys. You take care. Be safe. But most of all, be love. Talk to you later.